So, I like to review YouTube channels, and this one is called, let me pause this. You'll see it after you watch this. Sacred Knowledge Tarot.
I am so happy and thankful to have each and every one of you here with me today. So thank you, everyone. And those of you that are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome, my friends. My name is Ria. Now, this is a collective reading. It is for all zodiac signs.
I got a
It's
ring
also
notification.
timeless. So whenever you are showing up in this sacred space with me is when your soul is meant to receive this message. So let's go ahead, call in spirit, open up this space, and see what it is your soul is meant to hear today. So I pulled 3 archetypal cards in my meditation before beginning this reading, and this is an energy that is external to you that spirit is bringing into your awareness. So the first one I received was the seeker archetype. All right, so this archetype is mystical, awakened, and introspective. And when they're not in alignment, they're overzealous, unfulfilled, and obsessive. All right, so you might be resonating with the images of the cards today. We have the manipulator archetype coming in as well. And it is persuasive, it is clever, it is goal-driven, and the shadow aspect is it is insincere, coercive, and untrustworthy. All right, and the victim was also coming through. And the victim is resilient, self-aware, and enduring. This is when they're in their light. But in shadow, it's weak, powerless, and self-pitying. All right, so these are all being brought to your awareness. And we are going to pull a Sacred Woundings Oracle as well. And I feel what's happening is there's something here that is hidden that is being brought to the surface. And these archetypes might be poking at whatever this is. So let's pull one card and see what's coming through. So the wound of the rusted key. The wound of the rusted key is surfacing. So readiness met by a locked door. This wound forms when you finally feel prepared to step forward, only to find the path blocked or the timing off. You've done the work, felt the call, but something won't open. It can leave you doubting your readiness and questioning your purpose and aching with the weight of
Gosh, I felt that.
So I'm going to read that to you one more time. Readiness met by a locked door. This wound forms
That
when you
sounds like
finally
my
feel
whole
prepared to step
life.
forward, only to find the path blocked or the timing off. You've done the work, felt the call, but something won't open. It can leave you doubting your readiness, questioning your purpose, and aching with the weight of unexpressed momentum. So you may be feeling this in some way, and if you are, Spirit is encouraging you to sit with this emotion, this feeling, this energy. You're not meant to fix it. I feel it's just meant to come up, and it's a time to respond to it and not react to it. All right, so let's call a guardian angel or
As
guardian
always.
angels are coming forward because they are supporting you. They're bringing you guidance as you're moving through this. So we are getting to decide. They want you to decide. So the message here is you possess inherent wisdom and a deep connection to the flow of the universe. Listen to the quiet voice within that guides you towards the right decisions and actions. All right, you get to decide, not those around you. So once again, you possess inherent wisdom and a deep connection to the flow of the universe. Listen to the quiet voice within that guides you towards the right decisions
What's wrong with
and
the
actions. All right, so this is a
volume?
angel, and we are now going to pull 3 tarot cards. And I'm super excited.
Sounds like she's in a box or
This
something.
is the Tarot of the Abyss, and I lost it. I've been looking for it for months, and I had to order a new one because I couldn't find the one that I had. I don't know where I put it. So we have the 8 of Pentacles here. So this lets me know that you've been putting a lot of effort and energy into something that you have been creating. This is the path that you're on right now. And I want you to know that wherever it is that you've been putting that energy, there are rewards coming, okay? You are going to receive the rewards of your efforts here. So the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Wands. This is that decision, right? And I feel that there's something that you're looking for here or waiting for. And whatever this is, Spirit wants you to decide now. The moment is now. Now's your timing, they're saying. And this feels like a truth that is revealing itself to you, so this can't stay hidden anymore. Nope. So this is the 2 of Wands, and we also have the 2 of Swords.
It's coming out.
Today. All right, so pay attention to the number 2s you're seeing, but also doubles of things. I'm getting 2-for-1 sales. These kinds of themes are going to be around you. I'm also seeing identical twins, 2s of the same thing. Okay, so 2 of Swords is you stepping into your truth, right? This is you taking all of the masks off, all the versions of you have to be because of the people in your life.
Talk about masks.
You're deciding, you're making that decision now. So this is incredibly powerful in what is happening here.
Okay, girl.
So I want you to use your own intuition with my reading today. So whenever you see my cards popping up on screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. This is going to strengthen your intuition, and you will also receive your own messages. That's my favorite part, is when you share with me how these cards connect with you, how they show up in your life, and how you resonate with this reading. So share with me in the comment section below.
What's wrong with the volume? Hold up.
Breathing it, living it. It is the entire...
Okay. Let me work on this, because there's something wrong with the volume. Audio. Stable.
Their process of you coming to this place and then immersing yourself in it. Right? What I'm seeing is someone who doesn't know who they actually are, someone who feels lost, confused, at a crossroads even, feeling not exactly sure which way to go or what to do, looking for guidance, craving, confirmation, some sort of a sign.
It won't let you speed it up. Why? I turned the volume to stable, and now it won't let you speed. Because if normal, like, okay, is normal like that slow? Oh, shit, come on. Play.
That Spirit has heard you, and you are...
Spirit has heard you. Let's fix the speed.
going to receive that message. Okay, you are going to receive what it is that you are looking for. So before I begin, I just wanted to mention that we all live a different life experience. These cards are going to present themselves differently in each of our lives. This is also a general reading for you today, so those of you that are watching, if my reading isn't resonating for you, please leave it behind, but also pass this reading along to someone that might need to hear its message. So I'm definitely feeling a lot of emotions in the Two of Swords here. Like a lot of different emotions. Like I'm seeing resentment. I'm feeling loss and mourning here, of a version of you or a version of them. But I'm also feeling like sadness and a mixed bag of emotions here. So this is something that Spirit is encouraging you to work on calming in your nervous system, because I feel there's something here that's overactive within you. Okay,
see, whatever is going on with the volume
because the number 8 is the power that you have within yourself, the strength to build.
must be my TV.
Of creating and building your dreams and desires. Okay, so I want you to know that you're already on that path. It is unfolding. And maybe it's not clear right now, but it will become clear through, who you are. Like, it's all connected to you. And there is a path of this and this in between with this, right? So the Two of Wands is your energy, where you're directing it, right? Where have you been directing your energy? Where have you been focusing? Because your mindscape, I feel, feels lost. And you know what they're showing me here with this is the internet, is the digital space and the online world, right? There's a lot of illusions. There's so much that is going on.
So many illusions.
The noise of the world. And I feel what's happening is here is bringing you back home to yourself here through the Two of Wands, like feeling at a distance or at odds for a very long time. Moving through the shifting of...
Well, she was talking about masks. And I've been working a lot.
Like this. Something that is silently happening in the background. I feel for some of you, this is something that you kept hidden within yourself. It's something that maybe you can't even put into words. You're not able to name it yet. Or maybe you are able to name it. Right? Whatever this is.
Oh, I'm able to name it. Okay. So, let's talk about this. Let me get through these commercials.
Yeah, I feel that the false masks, the illusions, the imaginary blocks, all of that is dissolving.
Yeah.
What's happening through the process of whatever it is that you are experiencing.
The masks.
Through your choices.
Yeah. Okay, so she's talking right up my alley, girl. I've been sharing a lot on social media, on my YouTube channel, and on just all over the place. And I've written a book, and my book is all about, how I learned in my life. I learned that I was autistic growing up, and how I was misdiagnosed as an adult and was on medication that I should have never been on. But in the meantime, I was working through all these different masks that I learned to put on through my life. Just like everywhere, I learned how to put these masks on from my family and from my church and from my school and from just everybody I would watch. And as a child, I thought differently. I processed things differently than most people. I was a very sensitive child, and I was autistic. And I didn't know that as a child, and I didn't know that till I was 54 years old. And finding this out, and then, my doctors all coming together with learning how I needed to really be who I was, has been a real ordeal. And finding out that I had all these masks on, and I had learned how to put masks on just by watching everybody, because that's the only way I learned was by watching what other people were doing. Hey, I love you too, baby. And why are you getting worked up? That's enough. And so I had so many different levels and layers of masks that I had to decipher, that I had, they were just part of my life. That was just who I was. And because I was autistic and I had been on medication I should have never been on, it was clouding my judgment, and it was clouding who I really was, and it was making me into somebody who I really wasn't. And once I got clear of all that medication, and I had been telling people I was doing shadow work, I was working on myself, I was doing this, I was doing that, and I was, I had counselors, therapists, I was going through DBT therapy, I was doing everything, I was doing it all. And my doctors were all lining up with me, and one was even doing a paper on me, because it was fascinating to me how I had gotten to where I was in my whole life after I should have been, in other situations, being taken better care of, and put through special education or something like that. And I had bypassed all that because I didn't go to a public school as a child. I went to a parochial school. It was a Christian Lutheran school connected to the church. And I was very sheltered in my life. I had a lot of learning to do and a lot of growing over the past few years when I really found out what was going on in my life. And so I spent a lifetime in therapy. I was especially, in my 40s, 30s and 40s. And I just thought that, maybe I was mentally ill, like I just got too much mental illness. But come to find out, I was autistic this whole time. And then once we figured out my frontal lobe never fully developed, we were able to work with, okay, now we know what we don't have. Now we know what we need and where to go to and what to do from here. And I can't tell you how relieved I was. And, I'm in my 50s. I didn't know any of this till I was 54. And so that was just last year. So obviously, I'm still learning a lot. But when she said masks, I was, whoop, Bailey. That's enough. I know you want my attention so bad. You are just, she is pushing the limit. Every time I get on video, she's pushing the limits. Look at her. She really is pushing. That's enough. I'm right here, honey. We're not going anywhere. You're here. We're here. We're all together. You're my superstar. That's what you are. Yes, you are. I love you. You know I do. So this is all about, all the experiences that I'm going through, learning how to notice those masks and no longer have to manipulate them or use them, and being able to set those masks aside and really be who I am and blossom into who I was supposed to be all along. And I'm excited about watching the rest of this. So, yeah, let's watch together. All right, Bailey, you ready? She's so much. She is so much. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we're going to get back to work now.
So, maybe you are making some sort of decision because you are at a crossroads right now and you're receiving what it is that you need to do. You have clarity now, right? So I'm just walking through this path right now with you and sharing exactly what I'm feeling through the cards. This is how I do it. And definitely definitely seeing that you have been putting your energy towards creating some sort of long-term stability. Right? We have money energy here. It's definitely coming through. And I'm seeing someone who's been on an incline. Your life has been on an incline. You might not have realized that, but if you take a look, your life has been on an incline.
Oh, yes.
And this is letting
It's
you know that there's a peak point that's coming up that you're
2018.
about to experience. I'm getting the Twin Peaks. And something to do with
Yeah, things have been changing. I've been working on myself since 2018. And, Bailey, that's enough. Go lay down. Thank you. It's just way too much. She kept knocking over the phone.
the twins again. This is really interesting that keeps coming through here. I feel that the signs are incredibly strong around you. Sometimes there's a lot of noise, and when we have noise, we disconnect to that spiritual realm, which is more in the quieter realms, right? The noise can drain out the connection to spirit. So I'm definitely getting some sort of distraction or choppy energy that keeps coming in and out of your energetic space.
Yeah.
Okay, so just be mindful of whatever this is. It interferes with this. Right?
Yes,
And
it's called my JOB.
Your heart is that way. Like, your mind is here, your heart is there, and then your actions are here. They're not
That
aligned.
stupid
So
job I have to go to every day.
It's
keeping me from where I really need to
or
be.
There's something here they want you to flow with this channel that is formed for you. There's something here going on that I'm trying to put into words here, and I feel this is something that we're just feeling and sensing right now. It hasn't really taken shape yet. I'm working towards building and creating on our property right now. I have no idea what that's going to look like yet. I'm just exploring, and I feel this is what they're wanting to share in the exploration part in the Eight of Pentacles process, right? So don't be afraid to explore, try new things. If one way isn't working, maybe try another way, right? This is also perseverance. This is your ability to keep moving no matter what. This is you that doesn't give up easily, and you're not winging it here. You're very calculated, right? And there's something that you're seeing here. There's something that you have visualized, and you're seeing it coming in. Like, you might not be able to see it exactly, but you're feeling like everything is letting you know that there's something coming in, right? So I want you to know that you are manifesting. We're always manifesting, and there's something that is materializing in your world, and it's through your actions. Okay, actions speak louder than words. We can imagine things all day long. We can plan them for all day long as well. We can do all of these things, but if we're not taking action on it, how do you expect it to materialize? It materializes through you and the energy that you output out there. So there's something here that you are doing and immersing yourself in that is forming, and it is connected to who you are. Okay, so there's a process that you are moving through right now, and these experiences that you're having, these emotions that you are feeling, these connections that you're moving through, the friction, the distractions, the turbulence, the choppiness, is all a part of the journey that we're on. The experience you're having now, and the process of that experience. Your soul is evolving, and you are connecting to your truth. You're coming home to yourself, and you're remembering who you are. And there's almost like this masks that keep coming off, layers that we're moving through and processing. I feel this is an ever-present experience that we're having, like, forever. That's just my belief. That's what I feel.
As
we're on that
always,
healing journey
yeah.
forever, because we're going through many different experiences. And I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Face Off, and this is with I think it's Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. This is what they're showing me in my mind's eye, is the picture for the cover of that movie. And it's because of the two of swords here, at odds, crossroads, and having some sort of, so what I'm getting here also is some of you putting extra energy and effort around boundaries. Someone may have crossed a boundary, and you're standing up for yourself. You're standing in your truth, and maybe somebody doesn't like it. And you're showing their true colors, right? They prefer the old version of you because it benefits them. So I feel there's a truth here being revealed in some of the connections that you have that are showing up through the archetypes here, right? So there's something here that spirit is connecting you to, some sort of hidden information or something that you weren't aware of that you are now becoming aware of, and seeing that clarity is sinking in for you, right? And whatever it is that you're waiting for, like, there is no waiting, there's no time associated to this. So if you have any kind of timing attached to something that you are desiring to come in and trying to rush the process, this is not how it works. Let that flow down into the universe. Allow it to show up when it may, by not stressing and worrying about it or trying to force circumstances or, force things. And this person is holding two sticks. I don't know why, but today this feels like it is a slingshot, right? That this person has maybe shot something out, aimed at it to see where it fell, right? So maybe this is resonating for you in some way, that slingshot, targeting something. When I was a rotten teenager, I did have a slingshot, and I did break a street light with that slingshot, and I got in a lot of trouble for that. So, yeah, there's some sort of story here with this, and there's also, like, belief here. They want you to believe that your dreams and desires are real, that you are someone who's very capable of creating them. And, when we connect with that belief and we believe in it with all of our power, we start to see how everything starts to fall into place. And with the Two of Wands for you, I feel that you are deciding, you're being very clear, committing or etching this intention into your subconscious, which is sealing it. And then now things are starting to take.
So what I perceive with she's talking about with the slingshot, like, and you're looking out at what you've done and what's out there, I've done quite a bit this past year. Not only have I been healing myself and working on myself and meditating and doing all those things, but I've written a book. And if you've ever written a book, it's a lot of fucking work. And it takes a lot of money and time and effort. And I've had to pull on some of those ugly, dark things that you just don't want to talk about or look at ever again. And the reason that I've had to is because I'm writing about my life. I'm writing about what has happened to me and where it has brought me and how I am today because of those things. And my book is all about, the choices that I've made and the things that I have done and the things that I have seen or have been a part of, whether or not they were my choices or not, or someone put me in those positions, or I was put in those positions for whatever reason. If it was my choice or someone else did, it doesn't matter. My book is about how I grew through those ordeals, those life lessons. And I'm sharing in my book, some real deep, concerning things at times. And it can be triggering for some. But I'm sharing that because through my process and the people who have been helping me with my book, and my therapist, my counselors, my doctors, all of them who are cheering me on, my soul tribe, they are really helping me become the person that I'm supposed to be, or that I have been supposed to be my whole life. And this is something that helps me realize that I'm not alone, that she's sharing some of her personal experiences as well through the art of tarot, and into her subconscious is coming out through her tarot readings, which is in essence helping me and other people, because I could relate to this. This fucking resonates with me like nobody's business. Like, going through those masks and learning what those masks were, why I wore them, and how long I would wear them, and who I would wear them around, and all that stuff. I may never know all the answers, and we're not always meant to, but it does shine light on my healing journey. It shines light on all those warning signs that I have been missing my whole life because I've been so blinded by whether it be Western medicine or people projecting onto me or other people having their own perspectives and not able to see my perspective because they've never been through the stuff that I've been through. And I don't hold them accountable for that, but I should have been. And how building those boundaries in my life, I never understood what it meant to have boundaries. I didn't know what that meant. I would go to the counselor all the time and therapist and my CBT, like inpatient, outpatient therapy, all those things that I've done for years and years, ever since 2012. I didn't understand because the communication, like the what do you call it? The vocabulary wasn't there for me. And as you'll get to know me better and you get to understand, because of my frontal lobe never fully developing, I didn't have the communication skills that most people did. And I share this in my book, how I was nonverbal for a long time as a child. And my mother and my brothers, if my other brother was alive, he'd tell you, they treated me like a brat because I cried all the time because that was the only way I knew how to communicate. I would hide my face. I was scared of people. If anybody came up to us, we were someplace public, whether it be church or a public setting like a grocery store, and someone would approach, oh, you have cute kids, and they would try to talk to me. I would hide my face up my mother's ass I mean, my face was always in her thighs or, hiding somewhere because I was so scared. I didn't know how to communicate. Plus, I was so sensitive. I was picking up on vibes and energy from people that I could read their minds. And it scared people. And so as a child, when I would speak these things to those I would trust, like my family, they didn't like that. Because it would shine light on areas where they would need improvement or something, and it made them feel bad. But as a child, I wasn't meaning to bring these things up to make people feel bad. I was just a child bringing up things that I saw. There's a childlike heart. I never was meaning to be mean or point things out or be, aggressive with people. I was never aggressive with people. I was always so sweet and so nice and vulnerable. And as a child, I was taken advantage of a lot. Even as an adult, I was taken advantage of because I didn't know how to guard myself against the parasites of this world. And I learned real quickly. It took me just a year, but I finally learned that I needed to block a lot of people from my energy and remove myself, because they were just energy vampires taking advantage of me and not ever returning anything as if I did to them. Yeah, they might give back here or there, give money or feed me or, whatever the case might be, but the love that I would give, I would never get in return. The attention that I give, I would never get that back in. Ever. People just couldn't love me the way that I wanted to be loved or needed to be loved. And I understood that, but I didn't do anything about it until last year. But I love how she's sharing how, it's in your subconscious, and then you, as you're talking through it, it becomes your consciousness, and people can pick up on that. And that's part of your removing of the masks that you would wear. So I like that.
Shape, so everything is falling into place here. You're going to find that you're at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and you have the ability to. So this is really interesting because they're showing me some of you wearing the mask and in the process of taking all of those masks off in order to be yourself. But I'm also seeing some of you who have the ability to read people and see through the masks and the illusions.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm seeing this like double experience here happening at the same time for some of you, right? So I'm seeing gifts that are now coming to the surface, gifts that are now being practiced, applied, and amplified. And each of us come to this planet, this human experience, as a baby, right? As a baby, I don't remember being born into the earth.
Wow, she's really speaking to me. Like, really, I'm sitting here telling you this, and this is my first time seeing this. So I am really resonating with this because my gifts started to appear last year. Well, they really started to come to fruition back in 2020 and 2020 when I really started to work on my dark shadow work. My gifts started to come clear. I had clairvoyant, claircognizant, just all the clairs. Clairsentient. Just, I could feel things, and I would tell people stuff, and they'd be, well, who told you that? Or, because I knew, and there was just something off about things, and I would share, and I was honest, and I was coming off medication, remember? And so it took 6 years of titrating off of medication. And as I was coming off medication, my gifts were becoming brighter and brighter and brighter. And people around me didn't like it. I remember I was in mixed company. This was in 2023. Or was this 2024? The beginning of 2024. And somebody had said something about somebody who passed away at work. And it was an old relative of mine, not by blood, but by marriage. And this person really suffered and had a bad ending to their life. And I showed no remorse at all, because I knew the truth behind some of the things that person had done to other people. And I spoke the truth. I said it out loud. And it didn't come across very well. And people really didn't take it very well, because I told the truth about how that person was a child, doing things that they shouldn't have been doing to children. And how, maybe they were a child at the time, but they were old enough to understand right from wrong, and they still did it anyway. And I don't put up with that, because I was essayed my whole life as a child and as an adult, and I wouldn't put up with it. And so I spoke the truth, and the people who heard me, they didn't like it. They didn't like what they had to hear, because I guess they weren't ready for that. They weren't ready at all. And they didn't believe me. But it's all the truth. It's all the truth. And it's not like I had the clear cognizant of that. I mean, I had feelings of when, we were always around that person. I had feelings. But I never acted upon them. And it wasn't until someone who, of authority, the grandmother, the matriarch of the family, of the Sturgeon family, she's the one that told me what had happened and what was going on, and how they were in jail and they had done some things. And yeah, it was sad. It was really bad. And so, I think people are really starting to understand or see things now. And as I have come off that medication, my gifts have blossomed quite a bit. That's just one example.
Being like one day old, I don't have a memory of that. I don't know if any of you do, but I feel we are shaped into who we are, and then we have to find ourselves after that when we awaken to who am I, right? When we find that we don't agree with some of the things that are there and who we are meant to be because our parents told us to be, or someone told us, or TV, or society, or like whatever. Pressure, all of it.
Yes.
You're away. And you're also connecting with your gifts at this time to be able to see through
big
the
time
fake, the illusions, the things that aren't real. So this is a process that you are moving through, and they want you to trust it. They want you to trust yourself through it as well, right? Because it's a process, and there is no timing with it, and we are all moving through something different, right? Yes. All on different paths. So there's like a search and an exploration here and a discovery. This is what I feel is happening here in these cards. And it feels like you're in a maze or a labyrinth. This is what you're showing me. And because you're showing it to me, I feel I'm getting like a fingerprint or a blueprint. And then soul's blueprint. So that's interesting how you move me through that. So I feel these are layers that some of you are also moving through. Like going from the maze, the labyrinth, to that thumbprint, like a fingerprint, to that digital blueprint. So that's very interesting. And it's a choice that some of you are making every single day. Facing choices and deciding, okay, what am I going to do in this particular situation? It is that practice of staying in alignment with your higher self, with that version of you, and then experiencing what is connected to that, right? I'm seeing that your hard work is going to pay off, that you're going to find yourself immersed in the experience, the energy that you are creating through the way that you are showing up in it. And, I feel that Spirit is just asking you, how are you showing up in your world? Are you yourself, or do you feel like you're someone else? And if you're feeling lost or confused at this time, they want you to disconnect from the noise, especially that online noise.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to disconnect, ground yourself, get back into nature.
It's really crazy how that energy comes through and it can influence us and shape our reality.
Yes, it does.
So this is you reconnecting, coming home to yourself, and remembering who you
it can blind you.
And then moving through that experience. Okay, so
it's your algorithm.
Number frequency behind this energy today, and draw out somebody.
It's your diet.
So we are getting here 13 effort. This is connecting you to the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so we have yellow and red in the card. These are colors.
What are you digesting in your life?
13 is another number frequency connecting you to this message and this reading today.
What are you digesting in your life exactly? I talk about this in my book a lot.
Give more love than human.
because your algorithm,
offers more than just a clean dish. You want convenience?
the commercials that I see here are relevant to what I click on. If I was in a different city
This card indicates a time when
and
extra effort
clicking
is
on
required to
something
overcome current
else,
obstacles and
I wouldn't
challenges
see
at this
those
time. As you are now
commercials.
being tested and your attitude is key. Rather than surrender to self-pity, laziness, negativity, or frustration, you
Effort.
must utilize your inner power, for you are stronger than you think. When the going gets tough, the tough must get going. So pull yourself together and have faith in your success. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to call upon your inner and outer resources to achieve the outcome you desire, rather than succumb to quick fix solutions, shortcuts, or manipulation. You must plan, focus, and act with tenacity and drive. With effort and determination, you will break through all restrictions that are presently holding you back.
I just love her. Isn't she beautiful?
Maybe there's someone external to you that is telling you to do something like a quick fix, right? Or something else. Just be mindful of this.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a quick fix, honey.
To adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that require you to put
Takes
extra effort
lots of
into
time
overcoming
and
your challenges.
effort.
Never ever give up. They're saying never ever give up, and your success is guaranteed. Perseverance is a superpower here. So I have an affirmation for you. So if you're resonating with this reading, feel free to write this down and use it. And also seal it in the comment section below. With optimism, faith, and effort, I overcome my challenges. So once again, with optimism, faith, and effort, I overcome my challenges. So that is the number 13 frequency for you today. And the number 13 is a very lucky number for you. I want you to know that.
Yes, I love number 13.
And 3 is coming in. Connection is very important for you. Okay, so it's all coming together now. Everything is happening for the common good. There's a revealing of the truth here in your experience, and you're going to also have successful projects. All right, we have the energy of green here. I'm tapping into money energy here for you. So an expansion in money frequency vibration, successful project. So this is your message. This is your reading. I hope it resonates for you. If it does, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing.
Yeah, consider subscribing. She's really good. Weekly affirmation. Just because things don't work out my way doesn't mean I should quit. In all my failures, there are lessons and wisdom to learn and extract so I can improve and avoid mistakes in the future. Being persistent doesn't mean giving everything. Even when something completely fails. It means not giving up on myself just because I did fail. It's okay to fail. We grow. How do I see the rest? We grow. There we go. We grow because of failure, and it's hard to grow without any failures. True. True. Take a screenshot of that. So, yeah. That's a cool chick. Rhea, that's her name. I don't think I do subscribe to her, but I'm not a member. What was she? It was Sacred Knowledge Tarot. And the title of that video was The Masks Are Falling. You can't unsee this. You'll see it after you watch this. Oh, and look, there's mine. I'm right there next to her. Be good to yourself today. And then the next one is mine too. Gen X Autistic Authentic Boundaries. That's me. Dharma and her Chronicles. 2 views. Hey. Woohoo. My short got 157 views so far. So it is what it is. But I don't share my stuff. I just put it on YouTube and let it do its thing. So, but yeah, I am grateful for that. There's a lot of stuff going on there in that video, and I hope that it resonated with you too, and that you see a bit of whatever was there in part of your life, discussing masks and the masks that we wear. I know I learned those masks early on. That was the only way I knew how to survive my life, because I didn't process things like other people. So it really did resonate for me. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.